Hi everyone, my name is Amy Hartoon, and this is the first video in my series of desserts from around the world. Today we're going to be focusing on Italy, which is right here. For those of you who don't know, Italy is a totally different animal than the United States. Here, we really ultimately want the betterment of ourselves, and over in Italy, the main thing that they focus on is the betterment of their families as a whole. And it's also this really magical place where you can go eat pasta and dessert every day and still feel absolutely amazing because everyone over there is so happy all the time. So everyone thinks that making dessert is this weird, impossible thing, but I'm here to show you that you don't need a professional kitchen, you don't need cooking lessons in order to turn out a really authentic, delicious tiramisu. And it's going to be just as good as it would have been if you were to buy one in Italy. Before we get to the actual making of the tiramisu, though, I'm going to teach you a few key phrases that is going to help you go really, really far in Italy, especially if you don't know anything about speaking Italian. That's okay. I didn't either before this video. And before you know it, after this video's over, you're going to want this strange urge to go to Italy and to take it by storm with your new knowledge of a few key phrases, and now you're going to have the ability to win over every single Italian's heart because you know how to make a really good, authentic tiramisu. So let's start with the language portion. There are two ways to say hello in Italian, a formal and an informal way. The formal way is greeting somebody that you don't know or somebody that's older than you, and the way that you say that is buongiorno. The informal way would be if you are greeting a friend or somebody that's the same age as you, and the way that you say that is the most common way that you hear, and it's ciao. Like with hello, with goodbye, there are two ways, a formal and informal. The formal way that you use on people that you don't know or people that are older than you, you say arrivederci. And the informal way, which again you would use with friends or people that are your age, you use the same word as you use when you say hello, which is ciao. Per favore. Grazie. Sì. This is a hard one. Get ready. No. Mi dispiace. Scusi. Io non capisco. Parli inglese. This one you kind of need a tongue roll for, like you do in Spanish. It's vorrei. Quanto costa? Hi, I'm going to be making a tiramisu, and the ingredients that you're going to need is 1 cup of brewed espresso, 1 cup of sugar, 4 extra large egg yolks, 1 pound of mascarpone cheese, 1 cup of heavy cream, 40 store-bought lady fingers, which is what the recipe called for, so that's, you know, and 1/4 cup of cocoa. There are 3 parts that go into making a tiramisu: your syrup, your cream, and your cocoa. In the syrup, you're going to need your heavy saucepan, you're going to need 1/2 cup of your sugar, and you're going to need your whole cup of brewed espresso. And what you're going to do is you're going to put them in the saucepan and bring it to a simmer over medium-high heat, and then you're going to let it sit and cool, and then that is what you're going to dip your lady fingers into. Alright, so my syrup is done simmering, and now it's cooling, and I'm going to start making the cream part, which most tiramisu recipes call for coffee liqueur and sweet Marsala wine, but I'm going to be doing a virgin version since, you know, I'm not 21. So this is where your pound of mascarpone cheese comes into play, your other half cup of sugar and your 4 extra large egg yolks. And you're going to need a stand mixer, or you can use a hand mixer, either one, but you're probably not going to want to do this by hand because that's going to take some furious whisking and your hand's going to get really tired with a whisk attachment. So I'm going to put the egg yolks in, put my sugar in, and then get my cheese, which this is going to make it taste really creamy. And it's kind of almost like a cream cheese, but it's more Italian, obviously. It's an Italian dessert. So to let this cream mixture whip up until it's creamy, kind of a creamy mixture. And it said, the recipe said that it was about 7 minutes. So I'm not going to bore you with watching this mix for 7 minutes. After it's done whipping, it's going to want to be light and airy. So it should look sort of like this. And now you're going to need to wash your bowl and your whisk attachment, because now we're going to be whipping some heavy whipping cream to add to our cream mixture. Now we're going to be whipping our heavy whipping cream, and you're going to need a cup of heavy whipping cream, and you're going to put it in your bowl. And then you're going to want to whip it until it forms stiff peaks, which means that when you dip your whisk attachment into your mixture and you turn it upside down, your peaks will be standing straight up, and so this is something that you're going to need to watch the whole time, because it'll start to curdle if you don't watch it carefully. You're going to want to whisk this pretty high too. Now I've got my cream to stiff peaks, which I'll show you what that means. You dip it in here and then you turn it upside down, it doesn't fall over, so that's really what you want to see. Stiff peaks. We're going to add our heavy cream that we whipped into stiff peaks into the cream mixture with the mascarpone cheese and your egg yolks and your sugar. And you're supposed to fold it together, which is another fancy term that, you know, if you don't bake a lot, you might not know what that means. Which basically you're just going to go from the bottom of the bowl up to the middle, so that your cream, like if you were just to mix it, your mixture would flatten. So you want it to be really light and airy, so you got to fold it into your mixture. Tiramisu is a really good recipe for Italy, I think, because it's a really traditional dessert, and in Italy, tradition is a really, really big deal. Because, I mean, I'm sure that this recipe that I found, which is actually Cake Boss's recipe, has been passed down to him from his father and his father before him. And food is like something to be taken really seriously in Italy, because, I mean, they take off certain times of the day to go home and eat with their family for, like, you know, hours and hours, because they're really social. And I mean, the whole city streets and like the entire town's like shut down for hours at a time, so that people can go catch up with their families and see what's been going on. So I think that this is a really good dessert to do. Now's the point where you're going to need to use your hands, so you want to make sure that they're clean. And we're going to dip our lady fingers, which is kind of like a pound cake, into our espresso mixture that we've let cool. And then we're going to put them in, it really doesn't matter what container you use, but I'm going to choose this one. The recipe calls for, I think, a 9x12 pan, but I'm going to use the smaller one. So you take your lady fingers and you dip them. Make sure that they're soaked in the espresso mixture, and then you put them in the bottom of your pan. And you repeat until the entire bottom of your pan is filled. It's going to take some time. Really make sure that they're pretty soaked. And it doesn't really take long for them to get soaked at all. should look a little like this. At the end, this is what it should look like. You can see the size of the pan there, and it's got some cocoa powder on the top. And at this point, wrap it in plastic wrap and then put it in the fridge, and then you'll be ready to enjoy in about 2 hours. This is my tiramisu dessert after 2 hours of being in the fridge. And we're about to eat some of it, and it'll be delicious. I have one of my friends with me. He's gonna be eating this tiramisu and telling us how he likes it. So, here we go. It's really good.
Yeah, this is pretty good. This is really light and fluffy, and the chocolate and the coffee taste are really, really good together. What kind of cream is this?
It's like, it's got mascarpone cheese and egg yolks and sugar and like heavy whipping cream.
It's really, really good. I like it a lot.
So, I mean, pretty successful Italian dish.
I would think so.
Alright.
It's excellent.
Sweet. High five. Got my friend Sarah here, and she's going to taste my dessert and see how she likes it. So. Do you like it?
Yep, it's really good.
What do you like about it?
I like the coffee taste of it, and the cake in it adds really good texture.
Sweet. Alright, so heard it here, folks. It's a really good dessert. You should try it. You should make it on your own. Serve it to your family and make it a tradition for your family. Throughout the course of this video, I've had a lot of people ask me, Amy, what's up with the mustache on the wall? Did you buy it just to improve the atmosphere of your Italian themed video? The answer is yes, because as much as men and women in Italy value family and eating and talking to family while eating, they also greatly value facial hair. And believe me, let's take a look at a couple of examples further illustrating my point. I didn't make that, people. That's already on the internet. And now you all are thinking, whoa, Amy, this is really, really stereotypical and it's not great. Let's take a look at a couple of real life examples. Look, they even have a statue cementing in history that Italian men love mustaches. And you all are saying, whoa, Amy, that is a statue of Chef Boyardee. But I'm here to tell you that Chef Boyardee was a real person. Boom! So, you don't believe me? Well, then I dare you. Go to Italy and see for yourself. And even if you do believe me, and you all decide that you want to do business in Italy, try the best you can to grow the meanest mustache that you can, because it'll greatly help drive your sale. So I prepared and plated my tiramisu dessert. And now
No, we're restarting that. We are restarting that.